Hey guys, what's going on? I haven't done a video in a little bit, and this is a highly requested tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to get the dearies style World at War mod tools. So this is 1.4 mod tools. Uh, I'm just going to say before you download this or before you attempt to map or mod, it is a very, very long process. Do not attempt it if you do not have a lot of patience and a lot of time. It is very frustrating. Not everything will work for you, and it usually takes a while to get used to. So I'm just saying that before you get all into it. So anyways, if you are taking my advice and you don't want to, or you want to wait, exit the video. If not, listen to this tutorial. So, first thing is I'm going to show you my root folder. This is my new computer. As you see, I do not have the mod tools installed because these are just the normal World at War files. So I'm going to show you now how to get the mod tools. This link will be in the description, but it's the topic on zombie modding for the dearies style mod tools. So first you need to install the ZM prototype mod tools. Prototype, you have to install those first. They're like the baseline. Then you add dearies mod tools after. So make sure prototype first, then dearies. So it is mandatory you do this. So just click ZM prototype mod tools, and ZM can be slow sometimes, so just hold your horses if you're trying to download this quickly. It's probably going to be an overnight job just because it's a long process. So here, mod tools prototype exe, just keep the file. And it's going to take me probably about an hour because it's almost a gig. So I will be back to you when it's done, which will be a while. So yeah, thanks. Alright guys, I'm back here, and the mod tools prototype is done installing. Well, not installing, but downloading. And you'll probably see the time difference. It was probably a while. I think it was over an hour. But now I'm just gonna open it up. Did it open, or am I gonna have to go back here? Come on, open, you stupid thing. Sorry guys. How them nuts. I don't know if I'll have this video up before or after, but I'm making a new series called Twixter This. And pretty much it's where I twixter something and make it look like God's vagina. And sorry if you take that offensively. I am not that religious though, so yeah, it doesn't bother me. Fuck. Here, I'll be back when it actually opens. Alright guys, so I got the installer opening up. It's pretty much gonna set up. It's just verifying right now. And it'll probably take a little bit. I don't know how long it takes usually. I've only installed the mod tools like 3 times, and I don't really pay attention to this. I'm usually just sitting playing video games at a time. So yeah, I'll be back when this is done verifying the install. Alright, so now it was done verifying, and I'm just gonna press install, and it extracts itself. So I'll show details. It's pretty much just has to extract part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the exe. It's weird. It's an exe which extracts 3 other exes, and then that extracts the mod tools. So anyways, when it's done extracting all those 3, I'll be back to show you what to do next. So yeah. Alright, so it's now finished installing the 3 installers, so I'll press finish, and then it opens up this folder here. And now we have to install each one of these separately. So we'll start with part 1, and I'm just going to run as admin. I would recommend doing that too, unless you want screw-ups like Sacred. So I'll just wait for that to open. If you couldn't see that, I was just having to verify it with the security or whatever. So now this has to verify its install too. So, shouldn't take too long though. Yeah, and then default COD directory. I wouldn't recommend saying other, like any other directory. Always install your COD to your default directory because it just makes it a lot easier. If you install it to a different drive, it kind of, I could never map that way, so just saying. Anyways, I'll say okay, next, and then that's where it's going, so yep, install. And then that's pretty much it's installing all the different mod tools, and it's extracting all the different models right now, and it's pretty much going to extract, there's thousands, like at least like 50,000 files that it's going to be putting into these folders. They're not big files, so it won't take up as much space as you're thinking, but there still is a lot. So I'll come back when this is done extracting, because it's probably going to take a little while. So yeah, I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so part 1 finished installing, so I'll finish that, and I'll go on to part 2, run as administrator. And this one's smaller, so that one was the biggest out of all of them. So this shouldn't take as long as that one did. I don't know if any of you are looking at the time in the corner there, but it's not going. This has been taking a while. Okay, so default COD directory, make sure it's there. Okay, next, and then that's right, so install, and then that'll go through its process of putting all the stuff it needs in. Look how fast that goes. Anyways, I'll be back in a couple of seconds with yeah, when it's done. Alright, part 2 is done, so I'll finish, and we'll start part 3. I'll run as admin. And this is the smallest one, so it shouldn't take too long. Default COD directory, okay. Next, that's the right directory, install. And there, it's just installing the models. Actually, those are CSVs, so those are scripts, those are .maps, so those are... Anyways, but yeah, whole bunch of different crap. So I'll come back when this is done, which hopefully won't be too long. Alright, so now it says completing the install of prototype mod tools. So the prototype mod tools have been successfully installed. There'll be 3 check things here. You want to make sure you uncheck all of them. You don't want shortcuts for launcher because they're for the prototype one. You don't want to, well, you can view the readme if you want. Don't run launcher, not good. So just say finish, that's fine. And if you want to, you can go check out your World at War root folder, and you'll see it has a whole bunch more stuff in it. It's because it has the map source folder, which has like where your maps would be stored, all your raw scripts, stuff like that. But this is all prototype scripts, so I'll come back in a second and show you what you need to download next. Alright, so back on the mod tools page, which I gave you in the description, there's the 2 files you already downloaded and installed the prototype. So now we need to install the dearies mod tools. So just click that and wait for it to come up here. Download. Download mod tools. And this one's only 110 megs, so just wait for it to finish. It shouldn't take as long. This one's in a .rar, and I'll show you what to do with it when it finishes downloading, so I'll be back in a sec when it finishes. Magical pausing and recording of Camtasia, right? Alright, so it is now downloaded, and I just want to point out the time there. Look, a couple seconds ago what the time was and what it is now. Alright, so I have the dearies mod tools downloaded, so I'm going to open them up. And inside you're going to see a whole bunch of this, and you're probably wondering what you do with it. Well, just open up your root folder, which will be in my computer. your C drive, program files 86, if you're on 64-bit, Activision, Call of Duty World at War, and then pretty much take all these files and just drop them in this folder here, in the Call of Duty World at War root folder, and just wait for them to extract. So pretty much it's just a whole bunch of updated stuff. So more models, I think, and who knows what all is in there. But yeah. Yeah, this is gonna take a little bit, so I'll come back in a minute when it is done. Alright, so they are done. So close the .rar for the dearies modules. Alright, fine, be like that. Oh, yeah, if it tells you to copy and replace or merge, say yes. So just do for current items, yes. And then just like replace all that. And it might take a little bit, so I'll come back when it's done. Okay, now it needs administrator permissions to move folders, and there's 9,000, so just keep that checked unless you want to click continue 5,000 or 9,000 times. So continue, and then it'll keep going with this process, so I'll wait for it to be done. Actually, is it going quicker? Yeah, I think it's going quicker. I'd like to talk to you anyways. So, how's everyone's day? Leave a comment. Actually, don't leave a comment about that, because the comment section is for, I don't know, it's for help and stuff. Just leave a like if you had a nice day. If you haven't had a nice day, leave a dislike. I want to do that, because then I won't feel bad if I get dislikes. I'll just be like, oh, yeah, this person just has a different opinion on something. Alright. All the things are put in there now. So now we need to download another thing. I know, it's like, holy crap, something else, really. So, this link will be in the description too. I'll just go to it because I'm really good at navigating CM. And I know where, like, everything is. So, on this one here, there'll be Sniper Bolt's tutorial scripts, version 2. And you want to actually take a look at that, well, download it. So, it's pretty much just more scripts to go on top, right? Pretty much, and it'll make it a lot easier to map in scripts. So, I'll wait till that's done. I'll come back when it's finished. Alright, so tutorial is now done, so I'll just open that up and go inside it, and you'll see it's just the same thing as the dearies modules pretty much, except in here it's actually like they're adding stuff that you'll need. So I haven't actually looked at what's inside all of this. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna want to take all that, and here's the root folder, and paste it all in the root folder. Extract it all to the root folder. And it says failed because file is corrupt. It does that. There'll be like one file that's corrupt, and one or two. It does that. Don't know why. Do all for this current item. Yes. Merge. And then wait for it. It's moving. There's a lot of files that has to move, so be patient. And yeah, just wait for. Oh, and file is already in the same location. Just say do for all 2000 conflicts. Move and replace. So it's just updating all the files to newer versions. And then needs administrator's permission. 2430. Continue. And then that's just giving it permission to move all those files. So, yeah. So I just need to wait for that to... Alright, so then it's done, and now, next thing. You're gonna see a folder in here called Script Placer. and it'll have like this inside of it. This is unupdated. This is an old version, and we do not want that. So what I'm gonna have you do is download another thing. I know it's horrible. I'll have this link in the description too, but I know where to find it. So it'll be called Script Placer 1.3 in the description. So adding scripts. Oh wait, it would be in. Actually, it would be in. Let's see, zombies. Tools. Map scripts. Script Placer 1.3. So I'll give the link for this too. And here it's just pretty much the thing that you place your map with. So press download. Download Script Placer. Alright. And you'll see it's a folder and there's stuff inside here. Take the actual folder itself and then paste the folder inside the World at War root folder. And then you'll see this other script placer, just delete it because you don't need it anymore. So now you just have script placer 1.3. It already has the right stuff for what you need because the tutorial scripts run with script placer. So yeah, I'm just going to show you how to use it quickly, just in case you don't know. Whenever you go to create a map, just go to the generator. Make sure you run as administrator. It's very important. And now it pulls up a little thing here. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is select Reese if you're doing a dearies style map, or prototype if you're doing a prototype map. I'm doing dearies. I'll just call it Nazi Zombie Test, and then generate, and it says generate successful. So that's fine. And then when you go back to your root folder and you go to somewhere like your map source, you'll see it's put files there for it. So all the scripts have been placed for it and your map files. So next thing we need to do is go to the bin folder here, and then every single application, right click, go down to properties, compatibility, run, and compatibility for Windows XP Service Pack 3. Don't ask, you just have to do it. And run as administrator, change the settings for all users, and run this program as an administrator. Run this program for compatibility mode for Windows XP Service Pack 3. That's a mouthful. And then just do this for every single application that's in this folder. So it's going to take me a while, so I'm just going to speed this part up. Alright, so now every single program in here has been made so it runs in compatibility for Windows XP Service Pack 3 and runs as an administrator. So now what we're going to want to do is find the program called Launcher. Right here it has a little rocket ship and says light on it. So just right click on it and go to send to, and then say desktop, because that's the main thing you're going to be using to run your mod tools. So I'm just going to exit out all these folders because I don't need them anymore. So okay, go to the shortcut it created, and I'm just going to rename it Launcher, just Launcher. Makes it a little bit easier. Anyways, always make sure to run this as administrator, or else it will have errors. but this is the main tool you're going to be using, well, other than Radiant. But so run that, and then when you get in here, you're going to see this little interface here. It has the map that all the maps you created, plus the tutorial map, which is really helpful if you're getting into mapping. So I would say go right into Radiant, but don't do that yet, or create map. You don't do that because you use the script placer. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go over to this converter button here, and it pretty much converts all the files from what they are to, like, I think they're TGAs to IWIs, which is what Call of Duty uses. So just press converter, and then it's going to run through a big process converting all the files. It probably will take a little bit, so just give it a minute. So yeah, I'll come back when it's done. Alright, so it has finished now, and when it's finished it'll say error 1. Don't worry, nothing's wrong. So that just means it's finished the converting process. So I'm just going to exit out here and then reopen it. And now we can go into Radiant right here. So I'll click on Radiant, and it'll ask you to open up a Call of Duty World at War project file. Just, yeah, open up the codwaw.prg file, say open, and then wait for it to open. It's kind of a crappy program, so be patient with it, touch its buttons, because it's not nice to you all the time. Alright, I have a horrible sense of humor. Okay, here we go. I'm going to set up my Radiant how I like it. I like it like that, and like that. That's usually how I use it, or I'll put it up a little bit higher there. And usually I'll have it like here. There, that's good. Anyways, this is Radiant. You can go to File, Open, and open up the map you've created. And it'll load. And if you're wondering what to do from now on, the link to my Nazi Zombie basic tutorial for creating custom maps is in the description. So I hope you enjoyed this video, because it was highly requested, and I'll hopefully be back to you soon with another tutorial of something. I don't know yet. Anyways, thanks guys.